times, and we're producing this video as a means of a report to our supporters of a recent trip to teach and minister in Malaysia. We'd like to express our gratitude through this to all our supporters. Continually, we felt blessed, we felt protected. It was a very smooth operation from beginning to end, although the travel was exceedingly tiring. We made it through that okay. So again, our appreciation, our thanks, and Pat will take it up here and give you a report on and a tour of our trip. Pat?
We left our home in Statesville, North Carolina on Thursday, September the 11th, and traveled to Charlotte, North Carolina. From there, we boarded a plane and went to Newark, New Jersey. We caught Malaysia Air Flight 91 and headed to Stockholm, Sweden, which was an 8-hour flight. After we landed in Stockholm, the plane refueled. They took on a new crew, a fresh crew, and then we headed on to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, which was another 11-hour flight. We arrived in Kuala Lumpur at 7 a.m. on Saturday morning, just in time to see the sunrise. Here we are, catching our ride with one of the local pastors there at the airport. As soon as you walk out of the airport, that hot, humid climate hits you in the face, and you understand you have traveled to a foreign place.
And right about here, at this point in time, we had been awake for somewhere between 33 and 36 hours. We can't understand exactly, but we were just wiped out at this point.
This is Grace Community Church, which sponsors the Alpha Omega International College. We stayed in a gated neighborhood near this church. And this is a picture of the guest house where we stayed, along with 6 other visiting missionary librarians who were there to provide a seminar for the librarians there in Malaysia.
This is a 2-story house, and just let me point out that at every window, every door, there are barred gates or bars of some kind. The 2 front doors, one an iron grill, they have 3 locks on them. You lock yourself in, you lock everybody out. You feel like you're in a prison, but they say there's a high crime rate there, and that it was necessary for this kind of protection. It was everywhere. It wasn't just this residence.
This is Dr. Evelyn Biles in the middle between us. We went to dinner together at a Chinese restaurant the first night. She's a professor with Regent University, and she's the founder of Global Mosaic International. She was the one responsible for getting us this invitation to travel to Malaysia as guest lecturers with the Alpha Omega International College. And here we are with our class. These are the Malaysian students that we worked with for 2 weeks. We met them every night for 3.5 hours. These students are either working on a bachelor's or a master's degree in pastoral counseling. Many of them are fully employed during the day, so it was a real sacrifice of their time and energy to come to these nighttime classes. Tommy's book, Be Reconciled, was one of the textbooks for the course. And while we were there, we taught a course on forgiveness and reconciliation. Now, all of our students spoke and understood English very well. Not only did they understand English, but they were fluent in usually 2 or 3 other languages: Chinese, Cantonese, Malay, or Mandarin. Here we are with Dr. Teresa Chai. She was the Dean of Missions there at the school. She has a PhD from Fuller University in California. She took us to the night market there so that we could see all the hawkers who come to each week to sell their goods. Everything from food to toys to household items are sold at the night market. Among the many goods for sale were beautiful fresh orchids, which are sold by the bunch for just a few dollars. Many vendors come to the night market to prepare a tremendous variety of food. You just can walk around the area and pick which type of cuisine you want to enjoy. Chinese, Malay, Indian, or Thai. And everybody is selling all kinds of noodles and rice, seafood, barbecue on a stick, vegetables, fruits, and desserts. This particular vendor right here was selling squid and scallops and prawns. Now the food court is like a large hangar like building, and the vendors are located all around the perimeter. When you first get there, you pick out a table where you want to sit, and then you go around and look at what everybody has to offer for that evening. There are no menus. You just look at what's for sale, what's being cooked, and what looks good to you, and you pick it out and place your order, and then they bring it to your table. One weekend we were there, over Saturday and Sunday. We provided a forgiveness and reconciliation seminar at Metro Tabernacle Church in Kuala Lumpur. There were about 100 people who attended, and many of them received credit from their Bible school program. It was quite an interesting audience. It was a mixture of many different countries and nationalities, but they all spoke English fairly well, so we did not have to work with interpreters. Here I am teaching at the seminar on Sunday afternoon. My topic is hindrances to forgiveness and reconciliation, and I've talked about the many family issues that people sometimes experience growing up that keep you from being a merciful person or a forgiving person, or having difficulty in your relationships with others. In this photo, we're standing with Pastor Nancy Ong, who was our hostess there for the seminar. She and her husband co-pastored this 1,000-member church in KL. Next you have